the X-Men franchise. Critics have raved about Mangold's work here, with many calling it the best directed film in the series. Now let's talk about the star of the show, Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, aka Logan. This was Jackman's ninth and final time playing the high-clawed mutant, a role he'd been perfecting since the first X-Men film in 2000. At 48 years old during filming, Jackman delivers a performance that's nothing short of phenomenal. He's not the invincible Wolverine you might remember from earlier films. Here, he's older, tired, and carrying the weight of a lifetime of battles. Jackman brings a raw, nuanced intensity to the role, balancing ferocity with vulnerability. It's the kind of performance that had people whispering about Oscar nominations. And honestly, you'll see why when you watch it. Joining Jackman is an incredible cast that elevates the film to another level. Patrick Stewart returns as Charles Xavier, aka Professor X, and let me tell you, his performance is heartbreakingly good. Stewart, who was 76 at the time, portrays an aging Xavier with a mix of wisdom, fragility, and wit that'll tug at your heartstrings. Then there's Daphne Keane, a young actress who was just 11 years old during filming, playing a mysterious mutant girl. I won't say much about her character to avoid spoilers, but Keane is a revelation. Her fierce, mostly silent performance holds its own against Jackman and Stewart, which is no small feat for a kid in her first major role. The chemistry among these three is electric, grounding the film's emotional core. The supporting cast is just as stellar. You've got Boyd Holbrook as a menacing villain, bringing a chilling edge to the story. Richard E. Grant plays a cold, calculating scientist, and Stephen Merchant, yes, the comedian, surprises as a mutant with a unique skill set. Every actor, from the leads to the smaller roles, brings their A-game, making the world of Logan feel lived in and real. So, what's the story about? Without giving anything away, Logan is set in a bleak near-future world of 2029, where mutants are nearly extinct. Logan is living a low-key life, far from his days as a hero. He's working as a limo driver, trying to keep things quiet while caring for an ailing Professor X in a dusty hideout near the Mexican border. But when a desperate woman shows up asking for help to protect a young girl, Logan's world gets turned upside down. He's pulled into a dangerous, high-stakes mission that forces him to confront his past and fight for something bigger than himself. The plot is tight, emotionally charged, and full of surprises, blending intense action with moments of quiet reflection. It's a road movie, a western, and a family drama all rolled into one, and it'll keep you glued to the screen. Let's talk about the vibe of Logan. This isn't your average superhero movie with shiny CGI battles and quippy one-liners. It's rated R, and it earns every bit of that rating with its gritty violence, raw language, and mature themes. The action scenes are brutal and visceral, showcasing Wolverine's claws in ways you've never seen before. But it's not violence for the sake of shock. It serves the story, showing the toll of a life spent fighting. The film's tone is heavy, almost melancholic, but it's balanced with moments of hope and humanity that make you root for the characters. It's like watching a lone gunslinger in a dusty western forced to pick up his weapons one last time. If you love films that blend action with deep emotional stakes, Logan is your kind of movie. Now let's get into the nuts and bolts, the production. Logan was produced by 20th Century Fox with a budget of $97 million. That might sound like a lot, but it's actually modest compared to other superhero blockbusters, which often balloon past $150 million. Mangold and his team made every dollar count, creating a film that feels massive in scope despite its relatively tight budget. Filming took place from April to August 2016, with locations in Louisiana, New Mexico, and Texas, giving the movie its dusty road trip aesthetic. The cinematography, handled by John Mathieson, is stunning. Think wide shots of barren landscapes and tight, intimate close-ups that capture every wrinkle and scar on Logan's face. The production design, from the rundown hideouts to the futuristic tech, makes the world feel authentic and lived in. The music is another standout. Composer Marco Beltrami crafted a score that's haunting and soulful, perfectly matching the film's tone. It's got this mix of gritty, Western-inspired guitar riffs and sweeping orchestral pieces that amplify the emotion of every scene. The soundtrack also includes some killer needle drops, like Johnny Cash's "The Man Comes Around," which sets the mood perfectly. If you're a music buff, you'll love how the score weaves into the story, making every moment hit harder. Let's talk about the technical side. The visual effects in Logan are top-notch but understated. Unlike some superhero films that lean heavily on CGI, Logan uses effects sparingly to enhance the story, not overpower it. The practical effects, like the blood and gore, are visceral and real, while the CGI, handled by studios like Rising Sun Pictures, blends seamlessly into the action. The editing by Michael McCusker and Dirk Westervelt keeps the pacing tight, balancing intense fight scenes with quieter, character-driven moments. This is a movie that knows when to speed up and when to slow down, letting you catch your breath before diving back into the chaos. Why should you watch Logan? For starters, it's a masterclass in storytelling. It takes a character we've known for years, Wolverine, and shows him in a way we've never seen before. Vulnerable, flawed, and deeply human. It's a love letter to the X-Men franchise while also standing on its own as a standalone film. You don't need to have seen every X-Men movie to get it, but if you're a fan, you'll catch plenty of nods to the series' history. The performances are phenomenal, the action is thrilling, and the emotional stakes will leave you floored. It's the kind of movie that makes you laugh, gasp, and maybe even tear up, all without feeling manipulative. Critics and audiences loved Logan, and the numbers back it up. The film grossed $619.2 million worldwide, making it a massive hit. It holds a 93% approval rating on Rotten Tomatoes, with praise for its action, performances, and Mangold's direction. It even earned a nomination for Best Adapted Screenplay at the Academy Awards, the first for a live-action superhero film. That's a big deal. Fans on platforms like Reddit have called it a masterpiece, with some saying it's not just the best X-Men movie, but one of the best superhero films ever made. The sentiment online is clear. Logan is a game changer.